Do you actually know how your retirement benefits are calculated, or are you, well, kind of just hoping the final amount will be enough? It's a question literally every public worker needs to ask themselves. Your future financial security isn't just based on guesswork. It's determined by highly specific rules, your exact earnings history, your accumulated service credits, and of course, your retirement age. Every single worker needs to understand these factors long before they even think about filling out a retirement application. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to break down the exact step-by-step process used to calculate New York public retirement benefits. Whether you have absolutely zero financial background or you've been meticulously tracking your pension for decades, we're going to give you the clarity you need to really take control of your retirement planning. Here's our roadmap for today. 1. The New York retirement landscape. 2. Vesting and service credit. 3. Figuring final average salary. 4. The age factor. 5. Calculating your custom benefit. And finally, 6, tools, a quick recap, and our disclaimer. Let's start with Section 1, the New York retirement landscape, mapping out the state systems. Okay, let's dive right in by first identifying the massive defined benefit frameworks operating across New York. The state and its municipalities administer some of the most complex public retirement frameworks in the entire country. If you work in the public sector, you likely belong to one of these systems, like the teacher's retirement system or maybe the New York City employees' retirement system. Now, what you really need to know is that these are defined benefit pension plans. This means they guarantee lifetime monthly retirement payments. And these payouts aren't just magically generated, right? They're actually funded through a mix of compulsory employer contributions, investment earnings managed by the state or city, and your very own payroll deductions. Now, before you calculate absolutely anything, you've got to know your tier. This is absolutely crucial. Your tier is strictly determined by the chronological date you first joined the retirement system. For instance, if you joined the teacher's retirement system between September 1983 and the end of 2009, you're in Tier 4. But if you joined on or after April 1st, 2012, you fall under Tier 6. Why does this matter? Well, your tier dictates the specific rules, formulas, and eligibility requirements that apply to your individual pension. It is quite literally the foundation of your entire retirement calculation. Moving on to Section 2, vesting and service credit, earning your right to a pension. So now that you know your system and tier, let's look at the very first major milestone of your career, vesting. Basically, vesting is just earning your right to a pension. It's the status you hit when you accumulate a specific amount of credited service. And the great news here is that as of April 9, 2022, statutory amendments standardized this threshold across the board. It now takes just 5 years of service credit to become fully vested across all tiers. That completely eliminated the old 10-year requirement that used to apply to tiers 5 and 6. Once you have those 5 years under your belt, you've locked in your right to receive a retirement benefit as early as age 55. Because of all this, tracking your service credit is just vital. Service credit builds with each year you work for a participating employer. Let's look at a really realistic scenario from our sources. We'll call him Eddie Educator. So Eddie is a Tier 4 member who thought he was completely ready to retire after 30 years of teaching. But before officially filing, Eddie did something super smart. He checked his benefit profile, and he realized he was actually a few months shy of the 30-year mark. Because he caught that, Eddie worked just a few more months to hit exactly 30 years. That single proactive decision allowed him to avoid a permanent, lifetime age-related reduction to his pension. 1 year, or even just a few months, can literally make a lifetime of difference. Section 3, figuring final average salary, establishing your financial baseline. All right, let's see how this all builds into the baseline of your actual payout. We call this your final average salary, or FAS. For most modern public workers, especially those of you in Tier 6, your benefit relies really heavily on your peak earning years. Your FAS is generally calculated as the average of wages earned in any 5 consecutive calendar years, or the 60 months immediately preceding your retirement date. The system is going to look at your earnings history and typically find the period that provides the absolute highest average wage to use as your baseline. Now, you might be thinking, hey, I'll just work massive amounts of overtime in my last few years to spike my average salary, right? Well, actually, scratch that. There's a rule for Tier 6 members called the Kingston limitation that prevents exactly that. Under this rule, the wages used in any year of your FAS computation cannot exceed the average of the previous 4 years by more than 10%. Any amount over that 10% cap, it's completely excluded from your final average salary computation. It's really designed to keep the system stable, but it's something you absolutely must be aware of so you don't overestimate your future benefits. Section 4, the age factor impact. When you retire matters as much as how much you earned.
Age is an incredibly powerful variable in your retirement formula. But before we get into the specific penalties, we need to clear up a super common misunderstanding regarding Social Security. It's a huge mistake to confuse your state pension rules with Social Security offsets. For example, under the state systems, Tier 3 pensions are reduced at age 62 by half of the accrued Social Security benefit you earned while in New York State public service. But that specific offset rule doesn't apply to Tier 4 members at all. You've got to treat your public pension and your Social Security as two completely separate frameworks with very distinct rules depending on your exact tier.
Now let's talk about the steep penalty for early retirement if you happen to be in Tier 6. While you are eligible to retire as early as age 55 once you're vested, doing so triggers a permanent, lifetime actuarial benefit reduction. To put that into perspective, for a Tier 6 member, full retirement age, meaning an unreduced 100% maximum benefit, is age 63. If that same member decides to retire early at age 55, they face a massive 52% reduction. That means they'll receive only 48% of their maximum payable benefit for the rest of their life. So yeah, when you retire matters just as much as how much you earned. And hey, life happens, right? Sometimes people leave public service before they're fully ready to retire. If you leave public service but you already have your 5 years of service credit, you are still vested. But Tier 6 rules state that if you don't earn service credit for 7 consecutive years, you become what's called vested deferred. This is a critical status because vested deferred Tier 6 members absolutely cannot initiate their retirement at age 55. You are completely locked in and must wait until age 63 to begin drawing your pension unless you reactivate your membership by returning to eligible public service. Section 5, calculating your custom benefit. Putting the pieces together. All right, we've gathered all our individual variables, your tier, your service credit, your final average salary, and your retirement age. Let's actually put them together to see how your maximum annual pension is calculated. It's essentially a 3-step formula. Step 1, determine your pension factor, which is a percentage based entirely on your total years of service. Step 2, apply your age factor, which, as we just saw, reduces your benefit if you're retiring early. Step 3, multiply that resulting percentage by your final average salary. So the ultimate calculation takes your pension factor, multiplies it by your age factor reduction, and then multiplies that by your FAS. Boom, that generates your maximum annual pension. Section 6, Tools, Recap, and Disclaimer. Taking control of your future. I know all that math can seem a bit daunting, but the great news is you don't have to do it with a pen and paper. To avoid relying on unofficial calculators or just kind of hoping for the best, you need to proactively use the right tools. You should run precise benefit projections using the official digital portals provided by your respective retirement systems. For state and local workers, there's Retirement Online. For teachers, the MyNYSTR's Pension Estimator. And for city workers, the MyNYCYS portal. These secure official tools use the exact salary and service credit information currently on file to generate estimated monthly benefits based on multiple different projected retirement dates. Let's recap what you need to do today. To ensure you aren't making common mistakes, you must track your exact tier and secure your 5-year vesting status. Always verify your total service credit on your annual benefit profile to avoid any educator's near miss. Beware of those 10% salary caps, like the Kingston limitation, so you don't overestimate your baseline. Always factor in the steep early retirement penalties if you plan to leave before your full retirement age. And finally, use those official portals to calculate multiple projected retirement dates. That way, you can see exactly how much your benefit increases if you continue to work. Before we wrap things up, please pay close attention to this vital disclaimer. Retirement formulas, eligibility requirements, benefit calculations, earnings records, pension rules, contribution requirements, and government regulations may change over time. Viewers should always verify current information directly with the appropriate official retirement system, pension administrator, or government agency before making financial or retirement planning decisions. This explainer is educational, but your specific system is always the ultimate authority on your personal benefits. Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Are you leaving a significant portion of your hard-earned pension behind by simply guessing your retirement date? Or will you log in and use these official tools today to secure the financial retirement you actually deserve? The power to maximize your lifetime benefit is entirely in your hands, but only if you understand the math behind the milestones. Thanks for watching.